Hey, this will be a video chart on Fortress Financial Group Incorporated. Did this one uh, right around here. Can't remember exactly when, but I know I've done one video chart on this prior when the volume started to come in. And then it looked like things might have been over. The price fell back down and went back into this range here. But the chart has since shown some nice strength, broken out of that range, and is now starting to stair step up. And in fact, even hit 0005 today. I looked at a 1 minute chart and it looked like 15 million shares were traded up here. But when I was looking at L2s, it looked like fours were still pretty heavy. So I'm not real sure what happened there, if it was just a quick break or not. But regardless, the main point is not really that it hit 0005. It's more that it's broken out of this area, started to form the new base right here at 0002, and has now begun to hit 0004 again. So if it did truly hit 0005, even better. But the main point here is that it's been able to hit 0004, which just simply shows that the bulls are able to move it, and the price is moving. Sure, today it did have a billion shares, but once again, that amount of shares shows that there's eyes on it, there's interest in it, and seeing the big pickup in volume shows that it's still got life in it. When it got to this point, I had pretty much ruled it off. I was wrong, as clearly volume picked back up and price action has started to go up. So this video is not going to be anything huge, but it's more of kind of a, put it on your radar if you want a speculative type one. These ones aren't for the faint of heart. They can make you big money, but at the same time, you can just lose it all too. So, always keep that in mind before you go into any one of these 00 plays. So what is the stair step I'm talking about? Well, every level is going to be a support or resistance with these 00s, and like I said, it fell back below, so that's when I thought it was over. But since then, it has come out and it has put in a stair step at 0002, meaning that since it popped back out, it has never dropped back below 0002. So that allows us to make this line here, which is a stair step. Now, with the way that it's been putting in 0004s, the next key is going to be to try to put in a stair step up here, meaning that the lowest it drops is 0003. If that's the case, then that'll show that the bidders are really starting to come in and make 0003 the newest low, and obviously that low would be higher than 0002, which would technically put it into an uptrend. So that's kind of the next mission. The remainder of the week and early next week is, if it's going to go sideways, you just want to see this level hold and not see any wicks fall below it. Now, if there are some wicks that fall below it, not the end of the world, but I'm just going from an ideal type of standpoint on what you want to see. So, off to a good start, and we'll see if the bulls can hold on to this 0003 level, and maybe even see if they can start pushing up here to 0005 and maybe beyond. Now, this red line up here, I'm guessing, is from the last time I did the chart, and it must be a resistance from previous times out. And let's just shrink it up a little bit more. A little bit unorganized here, I guess. Not sure. Yeah, I got 0005 from this area right here. I can see a bunch of previous price congestion. So no surprise there that if it did go up and hit 0005, that it found some resistance. But the good news is, if it can get through 0005, it could technically make a nice run up to either 0007 or even 0008 pretty quickly. Based on the chart and resistance level. So 0005 definitely a key resistance area, one to get through. But in my opinion right now, the more crucial thing to worry about is just trying to build higher bases. The stronger the bases become at each level, that's kind of like the more rocket fuel that you put in, because you got to have firm bases with these if they're going to be able to move. If you can't get any support, then any sort of bid whacking is just going to knock it back down. And then you got to factor in psychology. People are just going to get frustrated, and they're just going to move on to a new one. But if there's big bid support that can absorb, the bid whacks that are notorious for these ones, then that's going to give people confidence, and from a psychological standpoint, make people want to dig in and not give up so easily. So bid support is just really important with these sorts of 00 stocks. So overall, hopefully this will be leading into some bigger moves, but nothing's going to happen if this 0002 and 0003 levels can't hold and start to build even bigger bid support. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message and I'll do my best to help you out. I'd also encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you will get a free ebook which has been getting good reviews, and with your newsletter subscription you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and best part is it's all free, so it's worth at least giving a try. One more time, this was FFGO. Thanks for listening.